Welcome to Pull a Pin Ready War Room Edition. As usual, I'm your host, Jim.
And back again, your co-host, Nate. Oh, we'll get it right one day.
I went back to the as usual, right? I thought I got rid of that, but yeah, well. Anyways, as usual. So what's going on, Nate?
I don't know, but one day we'll write a script. just not today.
Get a teleprompter and everything, right?
Yeah.
All that fancy stuff that those big YouTube channels can afford now.
My teleprompter's right here. Jim Botron Army, Nate Dog Army.
Although YouTubers, yeah, I still call them YouTubers, right? But most of them are all getting out of YouTube. YouTube's a communist company. It's crazy, man. Just crazy. I don't get it. We'll probably get this one banned just for calling them a communist company, but who cares? We're probably gonna. What's that?
I didn't even know you still posted on that site.
Well, we did get a new subscriber, one.
Oh,
yeah, damn. And I'm like, here I am trying to get off YouTube, and then they add a subscriber. They're probably going to do that for next year or so. So every time I talk about leaving, they're going to be like, oh, here, we'll give you another subscriber.
It's probably YouTube themselves just adding something on.
Right, exactly. It's some of those Twitter bots, right? Anyway, so you know how this works, of course, because you've been on here just as much as me. For those of you just tuning in or not really sure how we do this, on this War Room edition, we get headlines from mainstream media sources. Some of them are, I guess, outside the mainstream media. Some are probably papers and things you never heard of. But yeah, we get some headlines and we talk about them if we read the article, which we probably haven't. And we know that you guys out there are too busy to read too. So we're going to interpret it for you because we're veterans and we know better. Right, Nate?
That's, of course, right. Everything we say is true. It's not an opinion, it's facts. That's all we say is facts.
Right. Because that's why I know he's fact checking us, because we're factually right all the time. Well, even when we say we were wrong, right?
If we're getting banned from platforms, I guess we're getting fact checked by somebody.
Well, we didn't get banned yet, obviously, because we're not big enough. They don't see us. But we did have the one video removed. Remember when I talked about how when I got COVID?
Yeah.
I talked about my experience with COVID, because apparently you can't have an experience with COVID if it contradicts the COVID narrative. So, yeah. And it's curious now. I know it's not a headline, but I'm curious now, like, there's got to be something to happen. There's no apology, right, for banning all these people. And now all of a sudden the truth is coming out about it all. It's just.
You're still a conspiracy theorist.
Yes. Conspiracy. Even if the conspiracy theory came true, it is still a conspiracy theory. All right. Anyway, let's get into these headlines because that's what you came here for, right? Not to listen to us just rant about random stuff. We got specifics.
I'm going to do it backwards. Big news of the day.
Oh, right. So Queen Elizabeth II, Britain's monarch for 70 years, dies.
She lived a good life. She was 96 years old. That's a damn good life.
Yeah, and obviously death is, depending how you look at it, death to some is a good thing because, the afterlife, but there's still loss here on Earth. So we never really celebrate death per se. I mean, we do celebrate the life of someone. But I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't really know who she was. I mean, I knew who she was, but I wasn't a big fan. You know what I mean? Not like she was bad. I just could care less. You know what I mean?
I don't even know what they do. I think it's just a history thing that they keep these because they don't run the country. I mean,
no. It's a figure.
They have a prime minister. What does the royal family actually do?
Nothing. I think at this point it's just a status thing, just to give you somebody long live the queen, whatever. And she lived long, so
long live she did. How the hell they get money then? Government
They're
just pays
royal. Maybe they do. Maybe they just pay them to look and act professional. I don't know. But that's what I was saying. For 70 years, I mean, I knew like Princess Diana because there was all kinds of, controversy and all kinds of stuff around her and that. But I didn't know whether it was Queen Elizabeth II, the third, the fourth, the fifth. I'm even asking my kids. I'm like, well, isn't there a 3 and 4 already taking her place? Or like, I don't know, dude.
Well, the thing is, I learned today that when you become king or queen, you can be called whatever you want to be called. So, like Prince Charles, who's next in line, he's just gonna take King Charles III. He's just gonna take his current name and go on with it. But he can be whatever he wants to be. I didn't know that. He can just.
Are you kidding? That's what being the king's all about.
Yeah, right. I'm
It's
gonna be
good to be the
called
king.
King George the 19th. I like that number.
Yes, exactly. Well, rest in peace. Good for her. I heard she did a lot of great things. Sorry I didn't follow her or don't get caught up in all that Britain nonsense. I thought we had a war to get away from all that garbage, but whatever.
Well, here's a little American for you.
Oh, we can't have a headline without California, right? California Governor Newsom paving the way for $22 fast food wage in California.
And that's still not a livable wage in California, so they need to be paid more.
And I think we had this something similar headline to this before when it was an idea, right?
Yeah,
And
I
we
think so.
talked about it. And I've been giving it more thought. The more I'm thinking about this, it's like, why is it fast food? I just don't understand. What is it about fast food that deserves $22 an hour?
Yeah, does every job get at least $22 an hour in California?
Right. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, why are they singling out fast food? Why not just minimum wage of $22 an hour?
Yeah, like retail, like $22 an hour.
Right. It isn't fast food all about the global and all this stuff, but yet you want nasty food and stuff that just destroys the environment and people to get paid a lot of money to do that. Like, I don't understand where they're going with this.
This California, I can't answer that for you.
Let's theorize, right? Are there that many fast food employees that vote for Newsom and that's what he's trying to appease to his base? Like what?
Huh? Very well could be. Very well. That's a good point.
I don't know. Either you're filthy rich or you work in fast food, right? I guess
that's
all
it.
it's
No
California.
in between. No in between. You're either Skid Row or you're.
It's just odd to me. And like what aside from the minimum wage, the $22 an hour, what is that going to do? Like, what is that actually going to do to the other businesses around there?
Yeah, like I said, is that a livable wage in California?
Well, even at that, are you forcing, say, like McDonald's to pay $22 an hour to an employee? How much is a burger going to cost? They've already gone up. Have you ever been to McDonald's recently?
I haven't been to McDonald's in years.
Oh, I try not to go there, believe me, because I don't like it. But I've stopped in the other day. It was like just for me and my son to get a lunch or something. It was like $22.
Well, you paid one guy's hourly wage.
Yeah, just pay somebody for the hour, right? Crazy, right? Crazy.
I prefer Chick-fil-A.
Well, yeah, I do too, but I don't really like fast food to begin with. Period.
Yeah, I don't eat much fast food. They're just
Chicken. And I really don't like California or Newsom or what they're doing to our country.
Well, do you like New York?
No, I can't stand New York even more because, it smells. But New York Governor, how you say her now? Hochul?
I don't know.
Hoochie. New York Governor Hochul looks to credit card companies to crack down on gun sales.
What are you going to do? The credit card company's going to decline money? They don't want to get paid? Credit card companies get paid for every transaction's made.
Well, the city might have leverage, though. They might have some leverage on them. You won't be able to.
It's not the city, it's the state.
Well, right. The state might have leverage on them. Well, I look at New York City is the state because nobody in upstate really actually even associates with New York. And
true.
So
true. Most of the rest of the state votes the other way.
But this is crazy to me because you think about it, the Supreme Court told them they can't do what they're doing with their gun laws.
Well, they'll try something
now
different.
They're trying something else, right? Isn't it crazy?
What's that saying? Cash is king.
It just goes to show you, man. Like I honestly wish, I really, really wish it was just possible to divide. Look, hey, you want this? New York is all yours. You know what I mean? Take New York. I feel sorry for, all the guys out in upstate New York who don't want any part of this, but just take it. Here's the whole state. This is the border. Don't come into our states. Do what you want to do. Call it a day. It's just nonsense.
Two governments.
It is nonsense. It's really, the Supreme Court said you can't do what you're doing. And when you watch the news, right, crime in New York is skyrocketing, right? Have you seen any recent crime there? Oh, yeah. I saw that. Did you see that Grand Theft Auto video? Did you see that one? Dude, legit, broad daylight, a car chasing another car, pits the car, ends up smashing it, pits it. The guy gets out and runs, I think. a guy gets out of the other car. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. And then the guy goes and takes a bag out of the back of the car they just pitted, having $20,000 in it, and then they take off. Broad daylight.
How's that guy have a gun? Did he have a concealed carry permit legally?
No, because they have a gun problem, but they don't want the people armed to defend themselves. Like, it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. None of these laws are working.
This what else is crazy.
They're getting ready for Trump's second term. Former Pentagon brass encouraged military personnel to disobey orders. Now, this one's personal, right?
Yeah, whose orders? Because Biden's president right now.
Well, I'm assuming, based on this headline, that he's talking about when Trump gets reelected. Isn't that funny? Because he's already conceding that Trump's going to get reelected. Trump hasn't even declared to run yet. And his first advice is don't obey him.
If it's not an unlawful order, you kind of have to. That's kind of how the military works. Sure.
If it's unlawful, yeah. But what if it's lawful? I mean, you see where this is going is kind of scary. But my first question to you, Nate, is this really possible? What he's trying to achieve here, is it possible?
Trump getting elected again?
Not Trump getting elected. I mean the military disobeying orders, even lawful orders.
I think they could until he replaces them with who he wants in there.
You think it's possible, like right now? Because I want to believe just because I know a lot of veterans. And I know a lot of veterans, they're pro-Second Amendment. They're more conservative type. They're definitely not way out liberals. They're few and far between. But most of these guys, I would think, are already onto this game. You know what I mean? They're already onto the nonsense. It's the brass that's trying to get career jobs and get in on the money train that are actually the ones provoking the crazy stuff, mandatory vaccine stuff, don't listen to Trump stuff. They're the ones that are really promoting all this. The upper echelon.
As soon as someone else different gets in there, that SecDef's going to be going anyway because he's not going to do what some Republican wants him to do.
Yeah, but it's not even the SecDef. It's think about it. It's these generals.
The brass
report. Remember all the generals?
Yeah, the brass report to the SecDef though. So.
Sure. But at the end of the day, I mean, what are you going to do? Fire a bunch of generals?
I mean, if I was president, yeah. I got plenty behind you, buddy.
Right. I mean, and you think about.
A matter of fact, I'm going to take your rank and I'm going to do everything I can in my power.
Right. You think about
make sure your retirement's not there.
The generals that, then the argument is they serve the country too. You know what I mean? They deserve something, right? But I think at the end of the day, I don't know how you do it, but I still think lockstep soldiers, the soldiers, the Marines, the boots on the ground guys, not the ones that fly in the helicopters to get TDY pay. I think those guys are really not going to put up with this stuff for long. You know what I mean? I can honestly see a coup inside the military.
Well, the problem is now they're having recruiting problems now because people don't want to join the military because of how it's being ran. So
right, so they're going to have to fill it with a bunch of yes men, right, and women. Sorry, they're going to have to fill it with a bunch of those people that just do as they're told. But then again, we already know those aren't qualified people. You're going to have the hillbillies in the mountains taking out units. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm saying, with slingshots and bows and arrows. You know what I mean? Like, these guys are not going to be qualified. And I'm going to tell you what, most wars are won with heart, not guns. I mean, these people that give their lives, they sacrifice. They have the heart to win and the will to continue. These clowns are not going to. There's going to be like this, remember Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah.
The guy on the stairs. That's the people that are going to end up in the military. When the real bullets start flying, these people are going to be like, oh, but the general said all I got to do is do my gender identity studies and we'd be okay. Like, that's the people that's going to be in the military.
I'm so disappointed I got out.
Right? You could have moved up in the rank. You could have been a general by now.
No, not with my mouth.
Yeah, but all you had to do was make a few concessions here and there and you'd have been all right.
Nope, not doing it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know better than that.
Well, no, and see, that's the truth. And you are like most veterans I know. So how is it that the military or this clown could even think that that's an option? Like I would think most military, will follow orders till they realize, hey, what the heck is going on here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then they'll be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And all it takes is two of them talking together. And then
And
all of
it's
a
like,
sudden,
what orders did he give Terry for the 4 years he was in office? Trump. He never sent them to war. He never sent them in anything.
No, he pulled them out.
Yeah.
He got peace in the
So
Middle
what are they
East.
saying? What are they saying? Disobey him? Just stay in the Middle East. Don't come back.
Right,
I
right,
mean-
right. Yeah.
What do you disobey?
Go back to Afghanistan and fix things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's why I said I just I like to think like with Biden and his big I don't want to say Hail Hitler, that's mean. Emperor speech. I like to think that he wants everybody to believe the military is behind him, but I don't believe that. I just
hell
don't
no.
believe the military is full of complete idiots at this point.
No, I don't think so either.
What
Might
they
be
could
heading
do
that
though,
way, but
what they could do though is demonize the military. Right? They could do that like in Vietnam and turn the people against the military.
yeah,
They
then
could do that.
Then the government just go to the draft and we'll draft your ass.
Right.
Now, how do you really
Imagine
feel?
that. Yeah, imagine that. Well, then I think you'd have a lot of revolution inside within, you know what I mean? It's a mutiny or whatever they call it. You'll have a lot of that because I just don't think people are going to stand for this nonsense anymore. Just like they probably can't stand for this episode. Although this is a good topic, I'd love to have more veterans in here and see what they really feel because I just personally feel like I know so many veterans that wouldn't go for that nonsense. I don't care who it is. It's almost like people telling you, oh, all politicians are liars. Then why do you listen to them? You know what I mean? So is the military like that too? You think it's a dog-eat-dog world where the crab barrel where they'll all sell each other out to try to get ahead? I don't know, man. I hope it's not. Anyways, I tried to close this episode a minute ago, didn't I? All right. So I'm going to do it this time, Nate, unless you got something to add. I'm going to give you one chance.
No, we're good. Thank you.
All right. Awesome. So that is all the time we're going to give to this episode. Leave a comment below. Get involved in the conversation. Your comments will spark more conversation, and maybe we'll do more episodes around your comments. So get involved. Go to the website. I know it's up. It exists. Reach out to your veteran. Get on the show. If you're not, heck, get on the show anyway. If you got something to share, we'll get you on the show. Until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin ready. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.